Hey guys, it's Jim Nix from nomadicpursuits.com, and I've got a quick video for you here. It's the time of year where fall colors are happening, and it's just beautiful, right? I love the photos I see, and it just gets me really excited about the changing of the seasons. However, I live in Central Texas, and we don't really get a big change of seasons. We get a little bit, but we don't have the same kind of trees, and this is not a thing that happens here. So I have to fake it in my photos. And I love the fall look. It's actually my favorite season. I just absolutely adore this time of year. But the problem is, living here in Central Texas, I don't really get it. So I'm going to take you through how you can create a fall look in your photos, even if you didn't have a fall experience. So I'm going to create a virtual fall. Now I'm using Aurora HDR 2017, and you can do this now really easily, whereas you couldn't really do that in the previous version of Aurora. And it's because of the hue slider, which is now built in to the HSL panel. It used to just be saturation and luminance, but now hue is included. So how do you do that? Well, you start by adding an adjustment layer. And I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to go to HSL. And if you look at it, the green is really prominent. If you push the hue of the green that way, it turns into a minty green, kind of scary looking sort of neon scene. But if you go this way, hey, look at that. All of a sudden, it's very orange, yellow, kind of red, right? So you could move these colors around as well. In fact, I will take the hue of the yellow all the way to the left. And then I go over to saturation, and I'm just going to bump the saturation levels up for the yellow and the green. And look at that. You can see these trees are already becoming very richly colored, and it looks natural. Now, of course, the water looks horrible, but that's okay. That's why I did it on a different layer. So I've got the trees looking pretty much how I want them. I would just come over here to color, maybe warm up the scene a little bit, maybe give it a bump in saturation and vibrance. I love those trees now. I think they look fantastic. But of course the water's a disaster. So I've got my brush here, actually my eraser. I'm just going to go erase this at a low opacity. I want some of the color to come through, but not all of it. Because if you recall, the previous layer, the base HDR, was very green, even in the water. Let me show you where we are. There you go. And the adjusted one was way too yellow and orange in the water. So I actually think I'm going to come back with the brush and maybe do a little bit more. Let me take the opacity down just a little bit. And I'm just going to hit it one more time. I don't want too much green to come through, but I want it to look a bit more natural. To me, that looks natural. So let me show you the before and after. The left side here is the base HDR, which is very green. And this right-hand side, of course, is our adjusted photo. So from green, which looks like a spring photo, to fall, which looks like a real fall photo. That's it. Just a quick tip today, using the hue in the HSL panel and a little bit of warmth and saturation. And you have a photo that looked very green, like it was in the spring. And all of a sudden now, you have a beautiful fall photo. So try this on your own, especially if you live in a place where you don't have fall, like Texas, and enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.